How are you guys? It's finally confirmed by Fabrizio Romano. Xhaka is set to leave Arsenal, and talks of him to Bayern Leverkusen are really progressing in high gear. Welcome to this channel. Smash the like button, comment and share. Second video of the day, and I'm thanking God because guys, looks like I'm back to the grip, right? And we are here to bring you news. And guys, in these remaining weeks to end the March of May, I think the transfer window is officially geared up because lots of stories have been thrown in today. Xavi Simons to Arsenal, there is Ronaldo Cristiano, there is Granit Xhaka, there is Reiss Nelson, there is Declan Rice, Arsenal preparing a bid. That's the other story that is coming in after the story of Granit Xhaka. So I'm having a lot of stories, and I think it's going to be the order of the day that on a daily we're going to be getting like 6 or 7 stories coming in from your prominent or concrete or first tier journalists telling us about these stories. So smash the like button. And guys, let's get close to 200 likes smash on this video. Then we are discussing Reiss Nelson a little bit, and Carragher has finally spoken to us why Arsenal just fell off in the final bend of the season to give City the required competition towards the final game of the league. Now, Rokani David is my name, you know, that is a constant. You've always known it, and we are here into the Arsenal News Show, and Fabrizio Romano today has spoken out. By the way, very many people had put out stories concerning Granit Xhaka, and even Mikel Arteta was forced towards the game of Newcastle to really say something about the future of Granit Xhaka to Arsenal. But looks like the deal is soon getting done and dusted. It's going to be got out of the way, and as things stand, the first person to really get us this story today was Plettigol. Credit Boss was coming in from Germany. He first told us that Bayern Leverkusen's push to sign Granit Xhaka is looking very good, with the player understood to want to take on another challenge this summer. Xhaka has a valuation of around 15 million euros. However, there have been no negotiations between the clubs yet. So that is Plettigol coming in from Germany. Now, after Plettigol came up and really told us that story, Fabrizio Romano just put the cap onto it, and obviously he had the following to say. Granit Xhaka set to leave Arsenal at the end of the season. No negotiations over new deal, and plan to part ways in June. Bayern Leverkusen are in advanced talks to sign him. 15 million euros fee. Understand personal terms are almost agreed over a 4-year deal until 2027. That is Granit Xhaka going back to Germany. And now, I came out here and I really broke this story on this channel, and I saw people coming after me that he's going nowhere, that is fake news. And you know, the word fake news just comes out so early from the mouths of people who don't know the credibility that we're gonna have to build on this channel for a very, very long time. For those that have been working with us, I think there are stories we come here and really tell you that no, we are not 100% sure about that, but there are stories we come here and really give you reasons, and we tell you there must be a reason as to why something is happening. And I told you the moment we started hearing these stories last week about Xhaka leaving Arsenal, I told you no smoke without fire. No smoke without fire. And I really got to know that this is something that Granit Xhaka is pushing, because according to how Arsenal is planning to find itself rebranded, Xhaka won't get enough playing time. And if I told you you've seen Xhaka, he's this kind of player who wants playing time. He wants to be playing game in, game out. And with the plan of Mikel Arteta, there is no way he could assure him a starting position in the team of Arsenal according to the signings that he was really going to make in the summer. So Xhaka is one of those players that Arsenal is going to sell. That's it. I know he has been having sympathizers, but even if you sympathize with the player, it won't boil out into the best that you deserve, because let's be sincere. He's not that kind of player that Mikel Arteta wants. He was using him because he was the only one he had. But if at all you tell Mikel Arteta that on Moise Caicedo and Granit Xhaka, who do you want to have into your team? He'll on any day tell you, I want Moise Caicedo. If you tell Mikel Arteta that on Granit Xhaka and McAllister of Brighton, who do you want to have in your team? He'll 100% tell you, I go with McAllister. That's it. So Arteta is a man who has gotten to know that it's quality that is going to surpass him from where he has failed himself from reaching this season. And he needs more quality. And the boost in this is that Arsenal might use this to negotiate a deal of Moussa Diaby to Arsenal, because Xhaka is going to a team where Moussa Diaby is, that is Bayer Leverkusen, and even Arsenal having Xhaka, so they can really agree a deal and maybe say, Xhaka, we are valuing him at £20 million and get us a player known as Moussa Diaby, and we add you £40 million, then you get this out of the way. But the fee being reported by most journalists is between 15 million euros to 20 million euros, meaning that Arsenal can bargain that amount of money and obviously help themselves do the needful. And I think this time around, Arsenal are going to sell very many players. That's it. That's why they want to really act their business fast, such that the exodus starts when they've at least brought in 60 or 70% of their players before the start of the preseason. And I think that's what Mikel Arteta is really aiming at. He needs a competent squad. He needs high quality players with high standards that can match the level of those players at City, because next season, guys, it's really going to be so much competitive. United is going to charge, Chelsea is charging, Liverpool is charging, Man City is charging, and obviously Newcastle is also going to charge. So I think one of the most anticipations of the year is the season of 2023-2024. It's really going to be interesting and very, very competitive onto the season. So let's wait and see how that's going to happen. But it looks like Xhaka is set to leave Arsenal immediately. In June, he's going to find himself secure his future. And I understand for Xhaka that he still wants to play more games, and it's better to go for a team that is willing to give you a 4-year deal than a team that is only going to add just 1 year onto your deal. I think that's a better way to really find yourself in a position of really doing that. So as it stands, Xhaka is set to leave Arsenal. Fabrizio Romano is going to hate to confirm that, and let's wait and see how that goes. But it shows you that it's really some good news for Xhaka, and I think even for Arsenal, because he cannot push any further. He can't push any further. At his age, I think cannot compete any further, man. That best explains to you why Arsenal wants to sign 2 central midfielders, meaning that one is left and they already had a deficit of 1, so they need to bring in more 2 who are really youthful, to see to it that they really get it from where Xhaka had stopped. Now, it's not only Granit Xhaka that is really leaving Arsenal, but for this one, it's a free transfer, and it's Reiss Nelson. Sami Mokbol, he's a chief football reporter for the Daily Mail, has confirmed to us that Reiss Nelson has rejected a new deal at Arsenal and is set to leave when his contract expires next month. Florian Balogun is expected to leave as well. He's keen not to return to the fringe. Newcastle are admirers of Kian Tierney. So another trio of players at Arsenal might be seen out of the club of Arsenal, as Sami Mokbol is really confirming to us. Reiss Nelson. I think if I told you Reiss Nelson, the games I was going to hate to play for Arsenal, even when he came on in the game of Brighton, you saw that he really has a killer instinct in him. That's why teams like Brighton are really lining up proposals. Teams like Aston Villa, teams like West Ham are interested in signing this player, because he has gone ahead to give us flashes of what he is all about. 23 years of age, when you look at the levels at where Arsenal is going, he cannot compete, and I think he has gone ahead to make a right decision to leave the club of Arsenal. And if I told you Reiss Nelson, I think you will live with your head high in the sky, because Arteta has not used D enough. And what reason can they give you to put pen on paper? Obviously, Reiss Nelson is making it right, and he deserves to go out and really play better. Maybe let him go to another team, play better. After playing better, maybe Arsenal will sign him. Like, look at Serge Gnabry. You know, Serge Gnabry left Arsenal because they never saw a lot of potential or huge potential in him. And when he went to Germany, he picked up. And for the previous 2 summers, we've seen Arsenal being linked to the player known as Serge Gnabry. And I think it's going to apply to Reiss Nelson. I think whenever he's going to go, he's going to be a very good player, because he has been a fringe player at Arsenal and is fed up of that. He wants to go elsewhere. For Kientieni, I think it's becoming a song. We've said lots of things concerning Kientieni, that Kientieni wants playing time, and he wants playing time of which Mikel Arteta is not willing to offer to this player. So for Reiss Nelson is going out for free. Kientieni, they can get like 40 million pounds. Balogun, they can get like 40 million pounds too from him. Then they can sign other players. If at all they can get like 80 million pounds from 2 players, then that will be good business for Arsenal to strengthen, because Arteta knows exactly the positions where strengthening is needed, and he's 100% ready to get himself new players. And I think he's ready for this huge exodus. And obviously, even these players have known that they no longer hold any position at Arsenal come this summer when the season starts off. Now, Jamie Carragher has gone ahead and really given us one of his reasons as to why he believes Arsenal capitulated and really left the trophy for a side called Man City. Jamie Carragher had the following to say: defensively, that's been the massive drop-off. When you think of titles, you go through players in my position: Kompany, Virgil van Dijk, Vidic, Rio Ferdinand, Jaap Stam, John Terry. When I look at Arsenal's centre-backs, I don't think they've quite got one of those yet. Yeah, understand the big reason of him, and he's really holding some water, because Arsenal let in very many goals, you know. Leading 2-0 against Liverpool, they let in 2. 2-0 against West Ham, they let in 2 again. Then, for a game of Southampton, they really found themselves in a position of really coming from behind to level that game. Man City, they let in 4. You know, Brighton, they let in 3. So, I think Mikel Arteta should really look through his defense, and he should reinforce that defense of Arsenal. And I think Saliba and Kivio are those defenders I've looked at that can really get into those footsteps of some of the legendary players in the Premier League, because they're really looking good. When I look at Kivio, amidst what he did when Arsenal was playing Brighton to concede the first goal, he has shown us that he's really a very good player. And I just can't imagine to see how he's going to be playing on the left side of the central defense, because I think that best suits him because of his natural leg, that is the left foot. So let's wait and see how that happens. But tell me your thoughts on Granit Xhaka set to leave Arsenal. Talks are really advanced. Then feed me in about Reiss Nelson going out of Arsenal and very many others, Balogun, Kientieni, and lastly, do you agree with what Jamie Carragher is going to say about what really put Arsenal out of the title race before even the games got done? Rokani David is my name. I sign out for now. See you later, and I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. We are watching the Milan derby. Inter Milan hosting AC Milan down in Giuseppe Meazza in Italy. Bye-bye.